the question I raised, that when will this wave peak? We are looking at about 2 lakh daily caseload at the moment. How high could it go? How do you see the trajectory of this wave as per the modeling that you've been doing?
Thank you so much, Rajdeep, for having me on the show, and it's a pleasure to talk to the viewers again. So what we see is a little bit reassuring from a public health perspective is that we see Delhi, Maharashtra, West Bengal, some of the states which bloomed early to peak early. And it is in the next 7 or 10 days. And we see that there has been a slowdown in terms of the growth of the trajectory. For example, Delhi had an R, or basic reproduction number, of around 2. And now it has come down to about 1.4. So I am hopeful. Test positivity rates have really lowered slightly. So I am hopeful that some of the states are going to peak. Some of the states which have been in the news will peak in the next 7 days or so. And what we see is that India peaking late January, because it is always the case for India, as we have talked several times, that it is multiple nations within a nation. There is usually a cascade of peaks coming through different regions, states, and union territories. And that's the pattern that we see for the third wave as well. And as a result, the national case count we see to be peaking around late January. As far as where that peak value is, I think that whatever we say is dependent on how scalable testing is. So reported case counts really do not mean much at this point. But we do see that the projected number of fatalities is much, much less than the second wave. So if you recall, the second wave ended in about 414,000 daily reported cases and 4,500 daily reported deaths at its peak. What we project right now is about the same kind of number of reported cases, but about 500 to 800 daily reported deaths. I don't want to minimize a life by reducing it to numbers, but it's definitely much less, about 25%, 1/4 of what we saw, or 1/5 of what we saw before.
So let me summarize what you've just said. You've said that the states or the cities that have seen a high in Omicron or COVID cases in the last 2 weeks, likely to peak in the next week. The total case load could be over 4 lakhs a day, but deaths much lower. So broadly, are we seeing therefore that this Omicron wave peaks very fast and also dips very fast? Is that the sense? Can we say that with some element of confidence that this is a very different wave, therefore, to Delta? It will not sustain over an extended period of time.
That's what it seems like, that, given the high transmissibility of Omicron, it's really ripping through the population and spreading like wildfire. That also implies that it cannot be sustainable for a long period of time, elongated period of time. And we see a tall and skinny behavior here.